Today we're going to talk about sleep. Sleep is super important for our overall mental and physical health. Sleep has a lot to do with when we make memories. Sleep has a lot to do with how our immune system functions the next day. Sleep has a tremendous effect on how our body handles sugar and insulin on a daily basis. And sleep is also when our muscles repair and recover. And sleep is when we kind of, what I like to call, take out the trash of our system. So sleep is critical, but in America, I get it. Everybody's busy and everybody is going and everybody has this, that, and the other, and we neglect sleep. And what I'm going to encourage you to do now is not to neglect sleep any longer, but to shoot for a minimum of 6 hours a night of good quality sleep. And if we can go longer and go more to 7 to 8 hours, that's even better. But the reason we want to go at least 6 hours of sleep is 6 hours of good quality sleep is when our body will start to produce hormones most efficiently. So there is research that shows that IGF-1, which is insulin-like growth factor 1, is reduced in people who don't sleep a good quality of 6 hours or more a night. That's kind of the cutoff in the studies. So why is IGF-1 important? Well, it helps control blood sugar overnight. It's a precursor to growth hormone, which, growth hormone is something that helps us stay young and healthy and active. And it makes sense that sleep is producing the hormone that then leads to growth hormone, which is when our bodies repair and recover and builds new muscle, makes memory and makes new immune cells and activates our insulin and glucose receptors. So all these things are critical, and I think that sleep is something that is so overlooked in most health programs today, but it is one of the 5 pillars of the OptiURX program. Now, we've talked about eating really high quality foods, and we've talked about avoiding the processed foods. Now we need to really start to concentrate on sleep and understand just how important sleep is, and that it can't be neglected. If you want to have optimal health and be a good CEO, you're going to have to learn to get good quality sleep. So one of the major things that we do for sleep, and we're going to deep dive into this later, but is to take the 5 organic chelated salt magnesium product that I have formulated, because that really helps relax the body at night. It really helps turn things down so that we can then relax and get a better quality of sleep, even if we don't get a longer duration of sleep. So the magnesium is one of those products that has over 350 functions in the body, and again, we'll deep dive into it more. But just know, as a quick tip, if you will try the OptiURX magnesium, if you're not already using it, it can really improve your quality of sleep. And if you're measuring your quality of sleep on an Apple Watch or some kind of app or a Fitbit or a Garmin, you'll typically see people in the first night, they'll see their sleep scores improve when they use the magnesium. So I just want you to understand, we can't neglect sleep. It is super important. It will set us up for failure if we don't get good sleep. Women who sleep less than 6 hours a night actually have higher rates of breast cancer, and we're going to deep dive into some reasons of why that is as we come in. And next week we're going to dive into the magnesium. We're going to dive into the melatonin. We're going to dive into L-theanine. We're going to dive into all kind of ways, and we're going to talk about a lot of easy tips in addition to the magnesium to help you get a good quality night's sleep. I'm going to give you one more before we go today. So take at least 3 of the OptiU magnesium 30 minutes to an hour before bedtime. And the second thing is to make sure and start to block what we call blue light a few hours before bedtime. 2 to 4 hours before bedtime is what we recommend, and what the research shows. And so what do I mean by blue light? Well, I mean TVs, cell phones, Kindles, iPads, anything like that is emitting blue light into our eyes. And that tells the brain that it's daytime. And when you tell the brain that it's daytime, it doesn't produce the hormones that are necessary and prepare the body to go to sleep. So take your magnesium and start to block the blue light, or turn the blue light off at night, and start to prepare your body for a good night's sleep. We're going to talk about a way to block it, though, without having to turn it off completely next week.